What's up, everybody? Welcome to Casa Bonnie. It's your girl Bonnie Scotch, and I wanted to bring you another recap slash review of All Stars 8. This is episode 7. The name of this episode is Forensic Queens, and I just wanted to extend my sincerest apologies to those of you that are watching my channel and you expect a review from me faithfully every Saturday. This was a crazy Juneteenth weekend for me. Happy belated Juneteenth to all of us. And excuse me, we had so much going on in the house up to yesterday, running errands, running around with the landscaper. It was just like a lot going on. So let's just go ahead and get on into this episode. Oh, church announcements. I'm going to be on another episode of Jade and XD this week. So go ahead and check that out on patreon.com/Jade and XD. And I will also go ahead and link that episode in the description, the 15-minute preview, whenever that airs. It'll probably be after you guys see this. So I'll come back and have to, put that in the description. But yeah, so check that out. Your girl is doing big things in 2023. She's a Drag Race correspondent, honey, period. All right, so let's go ahead and get on into this episode. We're back in the workroom, and the girls are pulling lipsticks. Everybody pulls James. Wow. So I guess nobody's going according to track record, which, at this point in the competition, it's expected that things are going to get a little bit more cutthroat, and people are going to be not playing so nice anymore and voting according to who they know competition is. To be fair, James was doing pretty decent in the competition so far. I felt like they kind of plateaued a little bit. Excuse me, which, I discussed with Jade and XD as well. But I think that overall they were doing well. Rue lets the girls know that this is going to be another acting challenge. Is it me, or does it feel like there are quite a lot of acting challenges lumped up kind of close together, with the Snatch Game and Screen Queens and this, and it seems like it's a lot going on in terms of acting challenges. And I just wonder if there can be another concept introduced so that we get the range of the queens' personality while kind of breaking up the monotony of that. Anyway, so the girls are reading the script. They're picking roles. Nobody seems too excited. We see that Kahana looks defeated. And we also see that, Lala kind of sinks her teeth into this security guard role. Alexis is going around the room asking different people what they want. And she comes to herself last. She has a little kerfuffle with Candy where, she's trying to convince Candy that the DA role and the detective role is kind of the same, so why don't you just do it? And Candy's like, no, girl, you're not going to trick me into getting this role, and basically, pulling a fast one on the doll, which, yeah, I'm glad that Candy clocked it, because I definitely clocked it too. If it were so the same role, then you would have just done it yourself. You would have been fine with it. So I definitely felt like it was manipulative and passive aggressive on Alexis's part, and then to break into tears. This was definitely the drag queen that cried wolf, because this is the one time that you're really crying and expressing this emotion, and we can see the real tears. But it's very Karenish of you, Alexis, to kind of pull this stunt, over the role when you guys easily could have auditioned. We always see the girls auditioning when they want a particular role. You didn't have to concede to Candy. You could have just said, well, I want this too, and let's have the audition. I noticed that Alexis conceded to Lala pretty quickly, but I suspected that was because Alexis wanted to climb Lala's back, so we just have to call a thing a thing. You're willing to throw a tantrum with Candy because it's your friend, but with Lala, you concede easily, and it's like, girl, I kind of see through this, Alexis. Everyone is kind of over the dramatics, but we see Jimbo comforting Alexis and so forth. Candy gets up and walks out. I would have been Candy in the situation if I were Candy. But then also, if I were on the sidelines, I would have probably been Jimbo. Like, girl, just breathe, cry it out, you know. It is what it is. So we see Kahana going over the script. She's pretty over it. She traditionally has not done well in the acting challenges, and, you know, she is definitely going into it already defeated. Kahana starts to pack her things. I become really annoyed. The girls are like, oh, brother, here we go. Jimbo throws her highlighter pen up in the air, you know, and production runs to get RuPaul to let her know, like, you have to come and save the show because another girl is leaving. And I'm sure Ru was super annoyed having to come to that workroom, because I was annoyed that Ru had to come to this workroom. It's like, girl, this is All Stars. Most people don't get a chance. They don't get a second chance. And like Ru said, it's bitches out here that they can't even get a gig. Some people have been in this business for forever and they don't get the recognition. And here you are having this opportunity, this platform presented to you on a silver platter for you to present and showcase who you are and your work and, you know, your artistic expression and how much you've grown since we've last seen you. And you're just going to squander the opportunity and kind of go out all huffy. Like, you know, it really got on my nerves. It really annoyed me that Ru even had to come to the back. And it's just like, how many times have we seen something like this? I think, you know, we've all been watching enough Drag Race to know you never quit. You stay in it until they send your ass home. Because, you know, I was talking to Jaden.ee about this as well. Like, you don't see the girls anymore after they quit. We haven't seen anything from Adore Delano. We haven't seen Akaria C. Davenport. We haven't seen Bendela. You know, Bendela does their own productions with Jinx and things like that. And I just saw them on the show with Patrick Neil Harris, David Burka, and Bianca Del Rio, and Murray Hill, and Hanifa. Is her name Hanifa Woods? Anyway, there's a show called Drag Me to Dinner, and Bendela was a contestant alongside Jinx. But it's like, you don't see the girls who went home anymore, and I don't know, it's just disappointing. You know what I mean? So, sidebar, I just want to say I've been following the drama between Heidi and Kahana online, and, you know, Heidi was saying how it would have been nice if RuPaul came to the back and spoke to her. Heidi, is it Uchiwali or is it one mic, sis? In one breath, you're saying that you don't regret leaving the show. In the same breath, you're saying that you wish that RuPaul came and spoke to you. RuPaul shouldn't have to come and speak to you, Heidi. Like, you should have been in it. It seems like you were defeated and you threw in the towel from episode 2, 3, whatever. It was pretty early on in the game. And it was clear that you wanted to be out of it. So let that be that. You know, like, don't come with all this Johnny come lately. Like, oh, I wish, like, it's tired to me, you know? And I hate to see it. And I just hated to see Kahana, like, packing. Like, even when it's hard, you try your level best to, you know, figure out how you can get in where you fit in these challenges. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I couldn't take that, you know, but RuPaul was right. You're supposed to buck up and be professional, not allow your emotions to rule over and dictate how you're going to move in those low moments. You get what I'm saying? Because if you're moving from a low moment, chances are you're moving from a space where your self-esteem is not the best. So yeah, it was kind of ridiculous. But anyway, this was clearly a much needed reset for all of the girls. Kahana is asking Jimbo for advice on, you know, how to act, and I'm sure that this is not the easiest thing to explain from somebody who has been so entrenched in that world like Jimbo. You know what I mean? Someone who's been doing it for years and they're such a natural. Maybe it would be hard to articulate how you get into character. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, sorry for hitting the mic just now, guys. We see that Candy and Alexis make up, whatever. I didn't appreciate that Alexis pretty much just gave it, oh, we're family, we're sisters, and family fights, and then Candy was the one who ended up apologizing. That was really tired and lame to me. So I just whatever. For the main challenge, this is a mockumentary style challenge. I absolutely loved this. I thought it was a great idea. And this was a challenge where we brought in a character from RuPaul's Drag Race lore named Lil Pound Cake. This was a doll, a creation of Linacia Sparks and Alaska 5000. We don't know where Linacia Sparks is. Shout out to her. We were looking for her on Jade and XD. Apparently, the last time she posted was in 2020. So shout out to Linacia Sparks wherever you are, and all of the Afro Latina queens. All right, so this is very true crime style. So we're gonna be having the interviews from the different characters. Okay, so we have Kahana as I'm a Fox. Jessica as Yuri Drag. I'm a Fox and Yuri Drag are both playing the contestants on this fictional season of All Stars, okay? Where Lil Pound Cake was supposed to be a contestant as well. Jimbo was the forensic examiner. Eva Dent. Lala was Sharisha Coleman. The Shah was silent. That was really funny. Candy is Detective Anita Clue, and Alexis is Effie Lee Bailey, the district attorney. Okay, so I'm just going to go through this and talk about each performance as I saw them. I thought that Kahana was great in this. She did way better than I thought she would. Her characterization of this character, I thought, was decent, more than decent, in fact. I didn't mind watching her at all. I loved when Candy asked her, where's the body? And she said, Akiri is the body. I thought that was incredible, especially like if she improv that, good job, Kahana. So I just want to give credit where I feel credit is due. We know that she was fearful and kind of defeated going into this. And in my eyes, this was something that would have put her in the safe category for me. Okay. That being said, let's move on to Jessica, the ETB card. She never misses Taco Tuesday, the soft shell tacos with the carne asada, and guacamole is expensive. Jessica knocked this out of the park. Jessica has natural comedy chops. She's very funny. And even with, I think, what she perceives to be a language barrier, she is still so funny and she still connects with you. And this was a very strong performance for Jessica in my eyes. Lala driving in on that golf cart like a maniac. She had some lines like, when Candy mentioned the linguistics, she said, oh, do you have that with Alfredo? And she said the fibers from the doll. And Lala said something about, oh, my fiber intake powder, because I was looking for that, girl. I've been irregular. It was really, really funny and natural. Lala said that she channeled a drunk aunt, and she did an incredible job. I thought that this was a 10 out of 10. And I've seen so much growth from Lala from her season to now, just as a performer. You know what I mean? Lala's runways still leave quite a bit to be desired. I feel like in All Stars 8, we tend to, or All Stars period, we tend to see that glow up when the girls come back. And I don't know that I've seen that from Lala, but I've definitely seen the glow up in terms of her overall presentation as just, I don't know, just as a drag queen. She's getting quicker, she's getting funnier, and she did incredible in this improv challenge. And I have to say, as a main character role, she more than carried it. And I know that Alexis originally wanted this role, but I can't imagine that Alexis would have done better than Lala in this. I just don't see it. I know that Alexis comes from the theater world. I totally get that. But Lala, this was really for you, okay? And this put Lala in the top for me, as well as Jessica. These were top performances. Jimbo, I thought her accent was great. Alexis, I thought that. Pause, time out. Was it just me? Or did Alexis look like a light skinned black lady coming down this hallway? I said, this foundation looks a little dark. Is this the Raven treatment? I mean, like, what was going on? I really, like, when I first saw Alexis, like, just at a glance, I keep hitting my mic, sorry guys, at a glance, I was like, oh, they hired some light-skinned black lady, and then they did the close-up interview on her face. I said, oh, that's Alexis. Okay, she had the nerve to say that she's from Flatbush. First of all, first things first, I am from Flatbush, Brooklyn, literally. Okay, I grew up in Flatbush, Crown Heights. Where I grew up, it was kind of like that cusp between Flatbush and Crown Heights. The white people that we saw were Hasidic Jews, and Alexis, you are not that, baby. Okay, so you're giving a Bay Bridge, you're giving a Williamsburg, you're giving a Greenpoint. Alexis, you are not Flatbush, you're not Canarsie, you are not Bed-Stuy, you're not Fort Greene, you're not any of those things. Maybe, post gentrification era, sure, but we're probably around the same age, Alexis. You're not from Flatbush, baby, so make it a little bit more realistic. I mean, I get that you're cosplaying as this black woman, this light-skinned black lady here, but no, let's be so for real. RuPaul is doing the reenactment scene with the girls, which was interesting. I thought they could have brought back anybody like Shea Coulee or Widow Von Du or I don't know, somebody. I couldn't think right away. Maybe even Latrice Royale would have been a cool pick for this. Trinity K. Bonet. Yeah, anyway, on the runway, we have Javicia Leslie as the guest judge. I think that Rue looks great in this gold biker chick look with the license plate for the belt. The name of this category is Miss Fill in the Blank. It's very pageant style. So the standouts to me were Lala Ree as Miss Bootlegger. She really embodied that perfectly with the hair that was hanging and, the gold lame tracksuit. Candy's look, I didn't really get how her look was related to her outfit. Alexis looked really pretty overall, and I think it was a good concept for her as well. The critiques, I will say this. Due to the roles that were given, I didn't really feel like Alexis had as much time to shine as the other girls. I don't know if it was just edited that way or what, but I don't really feel like Alexis got a fair shake. I think she could have really done more if she was given more screen time, period. So Lala is the winner of this challenge. It's about time. It is well deserved, and I'm so proud of Lala. She does a lip sync against lip sync assassin Georges. This is the third season 14 queen that we've seen come out. So yeah, that was something. And I kind of feel like Georges, she didn't really give it her all because she didn't want to come up in Lala's gig and take her money. She was like, girl, it's your night. And aside from that, it's not that like Georges, maybe if Georges gave it her all, maybe Lala still would have beat her. But I feel like Lala really embodied the personality of this song. And I really love this song by Lizzo, by the way. All right, so Untucked, we have Javicia backstage with the girls. She was really pleasant and sweet. And Kahana left on a high note. She left Lala the wig. She left it like a finger wave wig. It was really pretty. And the Fame game stand out for me this week between James overall, I think was cool. Darian has been carrying. Miss Kasha Davis looked great this week. And I think that Naisha had a good concept. but it's kind of samey for me and Naisha at this point. And yeah, that was the episode, you guys. So let me know what you think about this episode. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great challenge and a great idea. And yeah, I don't even know. Maybe I'm seeing Jimbo, Lala, and Jessica at the top three. Those are my tops. Everybody else, I'm kind of like, look, I enjoy Alexis and I enjoy Candy and I enjoy the group of girls, but I think it's a little kind of for me because I don't think the runways are as spectacular as I'm used to them being for All Stars. I think that that's something that's missing. That's an element from All Stars that we really need, is to see that big glow up, not just in makeup. You know, we need to see a well-rounded kind of evolution. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this episode, and I will catch you guys for the next one. Peace.